Hey Bubble family, welcome back to the channel and welcome to the new people that have joined over here, whether it's from Instagram or I'm now on TikTok. So you can join me there. I'll put the link in the description box below. But if you'd like to join me in this video where I'm discussing oh, that's not a nice way to talk about myself. Where I'm discussing the recent events surrounding, yes, I know it, Harry and Meghan, because they are just never not in the news. So if you'd like to join me in this video, then please do. And if you don't know what to do by now, you should. But if you don't, grab your drink of choice, whether it be tea, whether it be coffee, whether it be a glass of water, whether it's a Diet Pepsi. Excuse me, got hiccups, Diet Pepsi, whether it is, what else can we have? What haven't I had? An espresso, or maybe you would like to add a little something to that to give it a little bit of a pep, because as I always say, it is 5 o'clock somewhere. So grab that drink and let's dive right in. So, haha, Bubbles, welcome. So yes, as you saw in that little bit there, I have joined the world of TikTok. And if you want to join me at the end for the waffle, I will discuss it all there. And my first video that I uploaded and what happened. So yeah. Now, Harry and Meghan. Oh, well, so we have the fact that apparently Harry is now joining in with Elton John and other celebrities to sue media outlets again. And I think this is, from what I've gathered, this is about the 10th lawsuit, I think this year, maybe this year, the 10th one. I mean, is this going to be a new kind of lucrative way to earn money, is just to consistently sue somebody? It's kind of like, well, we're not getting money anywhere else, so what if we just keep suing people and maybe we'll just get a payout? Because this is, I mean, I don't know. Am I wrong here where I'm thinking, this is just nuts? It's like, I just don't... I'm all for calling people out on things. As you know, I do this here on this platform, but I'm just not understanding what is going on here. It feels like the world has gone mad and Harry's joining it. But yeah, so let me know what you think about that. So we've had the newest podcast. Well, I want to say the last two because I haven't really spoken about the previous one as much, and obviously now we've got this new one. So the first one, we've got the fact that I feel, and this is why I feel this woman is incredibly dangerous, because she race baits. We've seen her do it before, and now it seems like she's jumping on Asian racism and she's bringing that to the forefront. So I briefly spoke about, I think, that in my last video, but it's very concerning to me how it's almost like she's bringing up things that that have been there, but it's like it's almost like she's trying to draw in the Asian community. It's like she's trying to, she's gone with, like, she's jumped in on the Black Lives Matter, and then she jumps in on other things, and now it's like, oh, let's who haven't I targeted? Okay, let's target the Asian community. And she has received quite a bit of backlash for this, but it just really concerns me how she consistently keeps doing this. And now we have that apparently one of the labels that are holding women back is being called crazy. Now, have I been called crazy in the past? Yes. And for the most part, it's usually, I think it's been like an ex-partner. But have there been times in my life where perhaps I've acted a certain way that potentially could have been seen crazy? Maybe, I'm sure, probably. But I don't understand why she always acts as if women are the only ones that have ever been called something that's not potentially very nice. Men are called crazy too. So this isn't just women. And so this is why, and I say this again, these are words that have been used for the most part, because I don't feel that she's potentially been called Dragon Lady. Maybe she has, I don't know. But I feel like that she's been called these words, or they've been associated with her in a negative way. You know, like ambition. You know, she sees herself as ambitious, but she's been accused of being a social climber, someone that uses people perhaps to get to the top. So what she's kind of done is, in her mind, it's like, well, I'm just ambitious and I do whatever it takes to get there. But these people have used this as a negative way and they're trying to hold me back. But actually, no, because ambition, there's nothing wrong with ambition. But the way you use ambition, yes, can be wrong. So using people to get to where you need to be is wrong. Elevating yourself by putting other people down is wrong. And, you know, singleton. What? Why is that wrong? There's nothing wrong with being single. Doesn't hold somebody back. Diva. So what? So what? And now crazy. Really? So someone's called someone crazy. I'm sorry, but if you are letting someone who calls you crazy to hold you back in life, then yes, you do need to get help in some way. You will need to work on that, of why you're allowing someone's opinion to hold you back. So this is my theory, is I think that she's been called crazy and she's like, you know what, I'm going to add that into this podcast because this needs to change. All the things that she's been called, I believe, and this is just my opinion, that she wants to almost eradicate. We must not use these words to women. Rather than actually, like I've said before, raising your children. And I say children because I'm going to use little boys in there as well. Raise your children to not let words offend them. You can only put power behind a word if you let it. So if someone calls you a name, so what? Because if you're not that, or you don't see yourself as that, then that doesn't matter. It's like, it is, someone's opinion doesn't make it right. You know, what is right is how you view yourself. But if there's an element of truth to what they're saying, then that could be potentially why she is so triggered by these words, is because there's a part of her that deep down knows it. And she doesn't like it. So she must have it changed. Rather than, you know what, I was called crazy growing up and this is what I did to overcome that. She again uses this as a way to talk about herself again. She doesn't use this as an opportunity to really explore how her guests have perhaps gone through something, and even if it did affect them, how did they come through it? What tools did they use? How can we show young, even if she just wanted to focus on little girls, which I don't agree with because I feel boys can suffer just as equally. But let's just say, you know, argument's sake, focusing on little girls. Well, you know, raise your little girl to think, you know what, if somebody calls you this, just laugh it off. Just be like, I actually genuinely don't care. Your opinion doesn't matter to me. And if it's coming from someone whose opinion does matter, then you would look at why does this person that's supposed to love and care about me think it's okay to call me crazy? You know, what is it about them that feels that way? Because genuinely speaking, and I wonder if Harry has called her crazy. I do wonder if Harry has called her crazy, because I feel like when you look at the way Meghan Markle behaves, there's always an agenda to everything. Like, for example, with the Asian racism, Dragon Lady, it's like, I think this is attacking back Hollywood because they've rejected her. We know that she's done this in regards to the royal family. And I'm wondering now, because obviously the rumours were they had this date night, they turned up separately. So I believe, like I've said before, they're not together in the romantic sense. They are literally, this is now just a business arrangement. I think he is just as invested in this as she is, because either one or two things, he cannot walk away because she knows too much and she's potentially threatened to expose everything if he leaves her. Some people have said it could be to do with the children. Well, we know my thoughts on the children. The fact that he's quite stubborn and he probably doesn't want to admit that actually he's made a huge mistake and come back with his tail between his legs. So I think at the moment they're invested in just keeping this going. So I think that she also utilizes this podcast then potentially to have a go back at Harry. So I'm wondering if in an argument he's called her crazy, and she's using this as a means to, in a way, say to him, I can talk about this and I could mention you if I wanted to, but I haven't. And I think that's why when we saw when we read the Cut magazine, she said, there's a lot I could say, but I don't. And I think she has these little veiled threats in there. And again, just my opinion. So then we have the fact that, so we have all this going on, and then there's the rumours of them moving. And the people at Hope Ranch don't want them there. They just literally, a cloud of negativity just seems to follow them everywhere. And now we have the fact that the coronation is going to be on Archie's birthday next year. So I imagine this has gone down like a lead balloon. Now, you're going to have two things here. You're going to have Harry and the way he's going to react to this, and then you're going to have Meghan. Now, obviously, like I said, I have talked about my thoughts on the children, and I wonder if this is a tactical move with the royal family. Now, obviously, there is reasons behind this, and they're saying a lot of this connected to the government, and so there probably might be some logistical aspects to this. I'm sure more will come out nearer the time, but it just seems at the moment that everyone is focusing on the fact that this coronation is going to be on Archie's birthday. Now, is this, and I'm sure you will tell me in the comments, is this a tactical move to keep them away? Because in the way, perhaps they're seeing this as, well, if, say, argument's sake, Archie is in America, which I don't believe, but if he was, then will this keep them there so then they're not here? Or if it's potentially that because A is here in the UK, which is what I potentially believe, could this mean that Harry will come, but perhaps Meghan won't? I don't know. Like I say, give me your thoughts on this. Now, also a few people have said to me in the discussion where I said about the fact that they are panicking over the Netflix stuff and Harry's book. And a few people have said, I don't think he's panicking because he cares. I think that this is all a PR stunt. So again, here's what I think. I don't think he's panicking because he cares. I don't think she's panicking because she cares. What I think is happening is they did not, when they put all this stuff out, when they presented the documentary or docuseries or whatever it is to Netflix, when he wrote that book and presented it to Penguin Publishers, the Queen was still alive. And the Queen, as we know, was, I believe, the buffer. She was the buffer for the royal family and Harry and Meghan. You know, I think she was the one in the middle. She was the one that they didn't want to upset her, so they let a lot of things slide. I think she's very fond of Harry, so I think she didn't want to keep upsetting. She was trying to dampen things down. So I think Harry and Meghan believed, because they have in a way got away with a few things, that they could potentially expose this stuff and nothing's going to happen because the Queen protected them. And again, this is my opinion. So what I think now is that now the Queen has passed, because let's face it, they wouldn't have expected this to happen. I think that they're panicking because they have, in Harry's book, it's being alleged that he has spoken incredibly badly about Camilla. And I'm pretty sure he's possibly slated his father again. So now his father is now king and she is queen consort. They have a lot more power and sway over things. So if there's any inheritance, if there's any funding or anything that could potentially happen, they're now at risk of losing everything. They are at risk of losing their titles, which they desperately still need to gain the royalties that's being afforded to them. Because let's face it, if they were just plain old Harry and Meghan, they would not be getting the deals that they're getting. So I believe Harry is panicking because he wants to edit some of because people have said, oh, he wants to put in the stuff about the funeral. He might well be wanting to edit some stuff and put some of the stuff about the funeral. But I also believe he wants to go in and edit some of the stuff out, probably the more damaging things he said about Camilla and the King. And I also think this is exactly what they're trying to do with Netflix. They are panicking because this is their money. That's it. There is nothing else that they are talented enough to do. Harry doesn't do anything. The things that he had or has was the military and Invictus. And don't get me wrong, they are commendable things. But going forward, the only thing really now that he has is his connection to the royal family. Now, he's always going to be connected in the way of he is family, but Meghan isn't. She's married to Harry. That's it. Without Harry, she's got nothing. She hasn't secured herself anything, even though she's desperately trying. I think her podcast is only successful to a degree because people are listening to it because they want to see what ludicrous things that she's saying, but also because perhaps the guests that she has on has their own fan base, so they're listening. If you had Meghan there talking to everyday people, I don't believe for a second it would be popular. I mean, let's be honest. When they did the podcast with her, Harry, and then introduced Archie, whale noises trumped them. So we know that for the most part, it's looking like it's successful because they're being pushed by their PR team, and also because, and now what they're trying to do is involve impressionable youngsters. So they've aligned themselves with this charity, which is Ving, which I think is targeting 14 to 18-year-olds. So their target audience is youngsters because they're impressionable, or they believe they are, even though I think a lot of youngsters are quite intelligent. And this is their market. They can't win over anybody else. They're certainly not winning over the older audience. She hasn't won over Hollywood. Netflix is only interested in the gory details of things. So if you take away all of that, what else do they have? They don't. I think they are nowhere near as popular as what they believed they were. I think their brand is slowly dying and they're scrambling. And this is why I think they are going in and doing the edits. Because they believe probably that if there's going to be any money or any future endeavours in their connection to the royal family, they need to keep that there. And I think all the time the Queen was alive, there was perhaps some security within that, but now not so much. And you've got to remember, when we're dealing with narcissistic personality types, and we've also looking at the fact that Harry is appeasing her for whatever reason, then this is how they behave. And if they're cornered, they come out swinging. So she is volatile and she is dangerous to them. So I think there'll be an element where they want to do as much damage limitation as possible. But I think because the king, he also is very emotional, and he's not, I think he's not as what's the word, with the queen, she's very methodical. She thinks a lot about a lot of things. She takes her time, whereas I think Charles is very reactionary. So I think Camilla is a good influence on him, and I think also Prince William and Catherine, but he's also quite hot-headed. So if Harry does something, then there is every chance he's going to be like, right, that's it. And Harry knows this. So I think, yes, to a degree, there is a lot of underlining threats going on where it's kind of like, you know, we could say this, we could say that. But I think the king is kind of also, yeah, we're not playing anymore. You know, this is, you know, I think he's actually, I believe he's actually a lot tougher than what people have believed. I think he gave them a chance. I think he initially wanted to believe that they had good intentions in the beginning, which is why he supported their move. But now I think, yeah, he's done. So like I say, I've heard rumblings that he is going to be removed as the Councillor of State, one of the Councillor of States, and also, like I say, the titles could potentially be going. And I think a lot of that is on the book. I think he will be waiting to see what happens with the book, what he says about Camilla and himself, and also the Netflix thing. But I also think he's also very aware that the coronation is coming up, so he probably doesn't want anything to really dampen that. So yeah, but let me know what you think in the comments, and if you want to stay for the waffle, then please do. It's coming up in a minute. But if not, thank you very much for watching this video. If you liked it, well, please give it a thumbs up. If you would like to see more of my videos and not miss future uploads, then please think about subscribing to the channel. And also, it does help the algorithm. If you want any links to everything that I have, which is like buying some of my merchandise, becoming a member, a Patreon, joining me on TikTok, Instagram, my PO box is there. If you would like to treat me to a cup of tea because you've enjoyed this video and got something from it, then that I'd be very grateful, but it is not necessary. But for the most part, I hope you have enjoyed this video. So take care, and for the rest of you, I will see you in the waffle. So now, waffle. So yes, so I have decided to join the world of TikTok. I have been umming and ahhing because I have seen how toxic it can become on TikTok. I haven't gone on there a lot, but I have looked at some of the comments that people make, and it's kind of like, oh, do I want to kind of go down, especially with all the bullying that's going on? Do I want to go down that route? But then I thought, you know what? I'm not going to let bullies stop me. I'm not going to let the negative comments stop me, because first and foremost, I know they're going to be there, and I don't actually really particularly care so much. I know I'm possibly going to get attacked by the sugars. Okay, fine. But, you know, we have to keep up with the times. And as much as I don't always necessarily agree with the principles that obviously TikTok is design, you know, is from China, but at the same time, that is a corporate company, and we could say that about a lot of social media. But let's face it, there are a lot of kids on there, there are a lot of youngsters on there, impressionable people that perhaps could get something from these videos. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to see if I can try and reach a demographic over there, and then with the hope that potentially they might also come across and watch more videos here. So I decided to do it, to take the plunge and do it. And wow, well, not my first video, I did a couple of little kind of intro type videos, and they got, I think, like a couple of hundred views. I think one of them even got less than 100. So I was like, okay, you know, a couple of comments, okay, I can do this. So I then put something out about Harry and Meghan. I thought, you know, I'm going to take the plunge, I'm going to do it. Wow. Well, the video has hit nearly 10,000 views already. The comments blew up on both sides. So I had a huge amount of, I agree, this is great, you know, great to see you here type thing. And of course, you know, not to be disappointed, the sugars swooped in and decided to take full advantage. So in the space of 24 hours, I've been called a bully, a racist, a Karen. They're living rent-free in my head. What else? White supremacist. Pretty much the tick book of the things that they can say. I've been called it. And I have to say, I was kind of chuckling. Now, for the most part, when they're really hateful, I delete them and I block the person from the channel, because I've got no interest in people like that being, you know, coming on there and kind of just behaving that way. It's the same principle that I have here, albeit that I monitor this a lot stricter because it's a community and it's safe and I want to keep it that way. TikTok, I know that you can't necessarily always do that so much. Otherwise, I'm literally going to be online 24/7 and I'm literally going to have no life. So I go on and kind of look at most of the comments. Some of them, ones that just say, oh, you're a racist. I just kind of like, yeah, okay, whatever. And a lot of them are just users who don't really have a face. They're kind of an anonymous account and you're kind of like, okay. And they're probably a lot of them bots. So it's like, it is what it is. But you know what? Thank you for the view. But it was quite an eye-opener, I have to say. I did not expect that video to get nearly 10,000 views, and it's still going, and I'm still getting comments, still getting views. So I was actually quite shocked. I thought maybe I'll get a few hundred, hopefully. And so yeah, so I'm going to put up here the link to the TikTok is in the description box below of the video, so where all the links are to everything. But you know, I will put up here the picture of it so you can see it. But yeah, so it was quite an eye-opener to the world of TikTok, where it's personal, you know, like you go on and see comments to other people, but for me it was kind of like, okay, this is directed at me, okay. But you know, I don't take things like that personally. I mean, I'm certainly used to that because I had it on Twitter, so I know how they behave. I possibly just didn't think it was going to happen necessarily on the first video that I did. I thought it would kind of build up to that before I'm kind of seen. So yeah, it was an interesting 24 hours to say the least. But I'm sure that if any one of you are on Twitter, you kind of know how they are. So yes, if you want to come and join me on TikTok, please do come and show your love and support over there. I could certainly deal with, you know, could do with some of the Bubble family over there kind of helping me field the comments. So yeah, I mean, I think a couple of you are already over there, but and if you're not on there, that's fine. Don't worry, that's fine. It's a choice that I made because I really wanted to try and reach a younger audience and draw more traffic to helping people, especially with narcissism, because that is, I would say, my specialist, the thing that I'm very passionate about in raising awareness to narcissistic personality types. What else? I will be doing a live this week. So for the people that have been asking me, am I going to be doing a live this week? Yes, I am. I've just got to work out which day and what time. I want to try and mix it up a little bit because I don't always want to do it consistently on the same day, because I know that some of you then miss out on seeing the lives. So I might alternate it. I might do one, I'll do a Friday evening, and then maybe the next week I might do sort of a Saturday late afternoon type thing. But let me know what you think about that, if that's a good idea. I want to try and keep it regular so then people know. So I think if I alternate it then and do it regular, then people know. What else? What else? I mean, there was something I was going to say, and oh yes, I got another little prezzy today. So I'm going to open this here. Well, okay, to be fair, I can't lie, I have sort of opened it already, but I'm gonna sort of pretend to open it. So I got a lovely little letter from, and I'm not going to mention names because I appreciate that some people like to stay anonymous, but it says, "Dear Ems, wanted to send you a little something to help you unwind and relax after working and doing YouTube. Now, with the dark nights coming through, these candles will help go towards making your bedroom cozy. Appreciate everything you are trying to achieve. Lots of love, and then the name of the person. So thank you so much. Like I say, I keep all of these. Every single letter and card that I am sent go in a folder, and I keep them because they mean a huge amount to me. So, you know, please keep sending them. You don't always have to send me a gift. It's lovely that I get it. It's like a birthday and Christmas present for me. But just receiving the little notes and the cards and everything is just so wonderful, and I love it. And these will stay with me, and I will cherish them for the rest of my days. So yeah, so thank you. And the little gift that I got in a beautiful little box. I love poesies. There's a nice little gold bow, so I'll take that off. And inside, which will go perfectly in my bedroom because it's purple, these beautiful little candles. How pretty. How nice are they? So, and they've all got different smells. So there's lavender love, cherry crush, and lilac blossom. And inside, you take them off inside, and they, look at that. How pretty is that? So yeah, so thank you so much. And they smell gorgeous. They remind me, you know, when you have those homemade candles, it's like they kind of remind me of that. Like they're really lovely. So thank you so much. I'm not going to actually use them for my bedroom, albeit that I appreciate the fact that you've sent me, but I'm collecting the candles so I can put them when I have my office done, which I know I keep saying, but hopefully it'll be finished in the next couple of weeks. I'm going to, well, I probably will put one in my bedroom, and then I'm going to put one or two in my office. So I'm going to have them on my my shelving unit so you can see them. So they're going to go pride and place in there. I've already got some lovely candles that have been sent to me from people, and so I'm going to put them. So it seems to be my theme. It seems to be fans and candles. So this is what people are sending me, and trust me, I can never have enough. Never have enough. My favorite candle at the moment, is the Christmas, which I think they're discontinuing it, which really upsets me. Anyone that knows me knows that I love the smell of Christmas trees. It's just something about the smell of a Christmas tree. It's such a fond memory for me, and it just invokes happiness. Like, it reminds me of when I used to come downstairs as a kid and I'd walk into the front room, and that smell would instantly hit you, that smell of the Christmas tree. And there is just something so wonderful about that. So it was my mission to find a candle that represented that smell. Now, it's very difficult with that style of candle smell, because it's almost like you can cross over into pine disinfectant smell, which is not what I want. There is a difference, trust me. And so I've been smelling these candles. I'm like, no, that smells like toilet cleaner. That smells like disinfectant. I don't like it. And then I come across the Christmas garland candle by Yankee Candle, which is very upsetting as well, because yeah, I do find Yankee Candle quite expensive. I do love them, but they are expensive. But I found this candle, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's it. That's the smell. It's literally, to me, Christmas tree. It reminds me of Christmas. It reminds me of Christmas morning. It's just, when I put it on, which is the one that you see in the corner sometimes, where people have said, is that a Soho light? No, it's my candle. It's my Christmas garland candle, and I love it. But I can't seem to find it hardly anywhere. I managed to find two on, I believe, Amazon, and then I went to order some more, and they weren't there. So I don't know, which I'm very upset about, Yankee Candle, if you are discontinuing this. And if so, I need to know if you are bringing out another one that smells the same. Now, I have seen some. Now, I need to get to a Yankee Candle store to actually smell them, because I think they've got a fir tree one, which is the picture of a Christmas tree, but I don't know what that smells like. So I can't say that it's going to be the same, but I'm really upset because I really do love this one. So my mission now is to find another candle that smells like a Christmas tree. So if anyone anywhere that knows of this particular thing where that you can, if you know of a candle that smells like a Christmas tree, please let me know in the comment box where I can find this candle, because I need it. It's a necessity in my life. So yeah. I'm a crazy candle person, and I have a friend of mine who she'll know who she is, and I think she's actually worse than I am. She's obsessed with candles, and a lot of the time we go to Home Bargains because they are amazing in there. Their candles are amazing and they're super cheap, but as of yet they haven't got a Christmas tree smelling candle. So Home Bargains, if you're watching this, which probably not, but if you are, make one, because we need it. I need it. So yeah, so I think that's it for me, guys. So I will let you know in the comments box, not the comments, no, I won't let you know there, but I will let you know in the community page when I am deciding to do the live. It probably will be Saturday late afternoon, but like I say, I will let you know. So I think that's it for now. So maybe if I've forgotten anything, let me know in the comments. Maybe there's something that you was hoping that I was going to talk about. Oh, guess what's come? Actually, I nearly did forget. Da, da, da. It's come. So next week, I will be doing some of this next week. So yes, it's come. I've been starting to read it. It's very good. And I might be doing giveaway again with this book. So let me know if you're interested in that. I'm just knocking things over now. Let me know if you're interested in a giveaway of the Courtier book. So yeah, so that's it from me, guys. So have a wonderful rest of the day, whatever you're doing, and I hope you've had a good week so far, and I will see you in tomorrow's video. But like I say, please go across and give me some love on TikTok if you are over there already. I would very much appreciate that. And yeah, so I will see you in tomorrow's video. So take care. I love you, I appreciate you, but most of all, I respect you. Bye.